Have you ever noticed your dog giving you a full-body stretch when they see you? You might think it's just part of their morning routine, or maybe they're just getting comfortable. But what if I told you this stretch means so much more? Dogs are fascinating creatures, and every quirky behavior they display has a purpose. Today, we're diving deep into the secret language of dogs and unraveling the mysteries behind some of their most peculiar actions. Whether they're zooming around the house like a maniac, sneezing in your face, or giving you the puppy eyes while pawing at you, there's more going on than meets the eye. As a dog owner myself, I've often been curious about these little behaviors. It wasn't until I started paying closer attention that I realized how much dogs communicate without words. I started noticing patterns in my dog's behavior that were clearly more than just randomness. For example, when my dog gives me that big stretch, it's usually followed by a wagging tail. That's not just a physical stretch, it's a whole message, and today I'm here to decode it. So let's start with one of the most entertaining and common behaviors that your dog might display, the zoomies. Section 1. Zoomies, the burst of energy. I remember the first time I saw my dog have a zoomie attack. I was sitting on the couch enjoying my morning coffee when suddenly out of nowhere, he started sprinting around the living room, skidding around corners like a little race car. It was hilarious, and I couldn't stop laughing, but it also made me wonder, what's going on with him? Turns out, dogs get these bursts of energy, often after a nap or bath, called frenetic random activity periods, FRAPS. This is completely normal and a sign that your dog is healthy and happy. Puppies, especially, experience zoomies often because they have a lot of energy to burn. However, adult dogs might also get them, although not as frequently. Zoomies are like a dog's way of saying, "I'm feeling great." It's their natural way of releasing pent-up energy. But don't let them zoom into furniture. Trust me, I've learned that the hard way. The key here is to allow your dog to express their joy, but also make sure they're getting enough physical activity throughout the day. If your dog stops zooming altogether, though, it might be time to consult a vet, as it could indicate low energy or health issues. Section 2. Sneezing as communication. Imagine this. You've just come home after a long day at work. Your dog runs up to greet you, and before you can even bend down to pet them, they sneeze right in your face. You might think they're allergic to you, which I hope is not the case. But actually, they're just trying to communicate with you. Dogs sneeze during play to indicate they're having fun and not being aggressive. It's their way of saying, "This is all in good fun." It's like when we laugh or make playful noises during a game. It's a social cue that says, "Hey, everything's fine." They may also sneeze to greet you or when they're super excited to see you, mimicking human social behavior. I've noticed that my dog sneezes when I come home after a long day. It's almost like a greeting, and it makes me smile every time. It's their quirky way of saying, "I'm happy you're back." If your dog sneezes excessively, though, you might want to check for allergies or something stuck in their nose, but sneezing during play is perfectly normal. Section 3. The belly rub obsession. Now, let's talk about something that seems to be universally loved by dogs: belly rubs. But why do they enjoy them so much? It turns out that belly rubs activate special nerve endings in dogs that make them feel really good. Research from Washington State University shows that petting a dog, especially on their belly, releases oxytocin, the feel-good hormone. Dogs roll onto their backs to show that they trust you. It's like a vulnerable moment, but they feel safe enough with you to expose their belly. However, not all dogs love belly rubs. Some may do it to show submission rather than seeking affection. I have a dog that absolutely adores belly rubs. Every time I come home, he's immediately on his back, tail wagging furiously, waiting for me to rub his belly. It's like a little ritual, and I can't resist. But I've had other dogs in the past who weren't as fond of belly rubs. They'd stiffen up or even get up quickly if you tried. So, how do you know if your dog wants a belly rub? If they're wiggly and relaxed, it's a sign they're in the mood. But if they seem tense or stiff, it's best to back off. Section 4. Pawing at you. What does it mean? Every time I stop petting my dog, he reaches out with his paw and places it gently on my hand. It's almost like he's saying, "Hey, don't stop." This little gesture may seem small, but it's packed with meaning. Dogs paw at us for several reasons. They want affection, they want attention, or sometimes they're trying to comfort us. They might paw at you if they sense you're sad or anxious, and it's their way of saying, "I'm here for you." The first time my dog pawed at me when I was feeling down, it almost brought tears to my eyes. It was like he knew something was wrong. Dogs are incredibly intuitive and seem to understand our emotions better than we realize. But let's not kid ourselves. Sometimes they just want a treat or belly rub, and they figured out that pawing gets them what they want. Section 5. Staring and barking at nothing. You know that moment when your dog suddenly starts barking at nothing? Maybe they're staring at a corner or a wall and you can't see anything? It's both eerie and fascinating. What's happening here is that dogs have incredibly sharp senses. They can hear frequencies and pick up on sounds that are beyond our range. They might be reacting to something we can't hear, like the distant sound of an animal, or even a neighbor's dog barking miles away. They also have an amazing sense of smell, which can draw their attention to scents we can't detect. There have been several times when my dog has started barking at what seems like nothing, but when I investigated, I found a small animal outside or heard a sound I hadn't noticed. So next time your dog starts barking seemingly at nothing, take a moment to check around. They might just be picking up on something you missed. Section 6. Head tilting. Why do dogs do it? Head tilting is one of those adorable behaviors that can make any dog lover melt. But why do dogs do it? Turns out, dogs tilt their heads to better locate sounds. Their ears are incredibly sensitive, so tilting their head helps them pinpoint where a sound is coming from. It's a sign that they're trying to engage with us and understand what we're saying, especially if we use an interesting tone of voice. Dogs are social animals, and they've learned that tilting their head gets a positive reaction from us. It's like a little trick to get our attention and show us they're paying attention. Section 7. Tail chasing. Fun or a problem? When my dog was a puppy, he spent a lot of time chasing his tail, and it was hilarious to watch. But as he grew older, he started doing it less often. So when it happened again one day, I wondered, was it just playfulness? Or was something wrong? Tail chasing is a common behavior in puppies as they discover their bodies. But adult dogs might chase their tails out of boredom, anxiety, or instinct. In some cases, it can be a sign of medical issues like flea irritation. If your dog starts obsessively chasing their tail, it might be time for a vet visit to rule out any health concerns. Section 8. The greeting stretch. What does it really mean? Now let's get back to that intriguing stretch your dog does when they see you. If you've ever watched your dog stretch their body as soon as they see you, you might think it's just part of their routine. But there's more to it than that. Dogs perform this greeting stretch when they're excited to see you, but also relaxed and comfortable around you. It's a mix of excitement, comfort, and sometimes an invitation to play. Conclusion. What can we learn from these behaviors? Understanding these quirky dog behaviors helps us build a stronger bond with our furry friends. It's not just about recognizing their needs or emotions. It's about interpreting their actions and responding appropriately. So next time your dog does that adorable stretch, gives you the puppy eyes, or zooms around the house, you'll know exactly what they're trying to say. By paying attention to your dog's body language, you can better understand their emotions and create a stronger, more communicative relationship. Remember, dogs are always trying to tell us something. It's up to us to listen. Share your story in the comments. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more pet safety tips. Your pup will thank you. See you in the next video.